Say He's Allah, the only one. Say He's Allah, the only one. We all need Him and He needs no one. We all need Him and He needs no one. He has no parents, no daughter, no son. He has no parents, no daughter, no son. Nobody's like Him and He's like no one. Nobody's like Him and He's like no one. Say He's Allah, the only one. Say He's Allah, the only one. We all need Him and He needs no one. We all need
some kind of periodic meetings to discuss the issues of da'wah, the problems and how to tackle them and how to open ways of da'wah to the Muslims and the non-Muslims. It will be a good issue. So the intent was to have you here to hear your suggestions and what you can offer, what you can present to the center. I wouldn't take much time, and I will leave the microphone to Shiekh Ensar.
Alhamdulillah, salatu rasulillah, ahmadullah subhanahu wa ta'ala, wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruh, wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلله فلا هادي له. فلا إن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم أرسله الله بالحق بشيرا ونذيرا بين يدي الساعة. أما بعد. My intention, dear brothers, for tonight was to say a few words about Istiqamah. And as Brother Wajdi mentioned, that the issues of Dawah would be really beneficial topic and something we have to pay heed to. So inshallah, in the coming period, I will try to commit myself as much as I can, with your help, to in a chain of 2 or 3 lectures, probably more, to address this issue or all the issues this topic involves. But tonight, as I previously said, I would like to address Istiqamah. Istiqamah, that is a very important topic. The one we can talk about days and nights, laylan wa naharan, and still there is a doubt that we wouldn't exhaust all the important issues we need to. But, you know, as human beings, we are limited in all the aspects of our lives, so may Allah forgive us, inshallah, if we omit, if we miss something important. Of course, as a basis of our lecture, we will take a couple of verses from the Holy Qur'an. The first one from Surah Fussilat, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة ألا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا وأبشروا بالجنة التي كنتم توعدون. And the verse from Surah Al-Ahqaf, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم إن الذين قالوا ربنا الله ثم استقاموا فلا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون. And also his words, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم فاستقم كما أمرت. Istiqamah is not a simple thing. It is a believer's project, his project of life, his fundamentals, foundation of his life. Something that everything else depends on. So, as such, it is based on a few crucial points, crucial things we have to regard, to see, to look what they are. And of course, inshallah, later we will refer to the comment of these couple of verses we previously mentioned. First thing, Istiqamah means perseverance, steadfastness, consistency. Probably the closest meaning would be iltizam. But iltizam doesn't cover all what Istiqamah covers. When you say Istiqamah, it is well known that is sticking or committing something that is ultimately good. Which is prescribed by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Iltizam doesn't mean sticking to something, but could be something that is not at least precisely defined. So as a first basis, as a first thing that we mention to build proper Istiqamah would be, of course, always to have in our mind our final destination, which is Al-Akhirah. Our final destination begins with our death. And some scholars say, if we had only death in front of us, it would be enough of worry. So if we only have to die, that's enough for us to be worried for the rest of our life. Only dying, only passing away. Where is questioning in the grave? Where is barzakh? Where is bridge of sirat? Where is qiyamah before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on the day of judgment? Where is final decision? Where is Jannah and Jahannam? And all this. And the death, dying, is only transition. But as such, is so enough to worry, scholars say, if it were the only event in front of us, it is enough for us to be worried for the rest of our lives. So they say, if you get up in the morning, don't expect to meet the end of your day. And if you go to your bed at night, don't expect to get up in the morning, because you never know. Your qiyamah, your akhirah, your hereafter begins with your death. Your death is your final time. What you've done before it, that's it. So as one scholar said, if something nice happened to me, why? I would like to be happy, to be joyful, to smile, but then suddenly I remember death and I forget about all the joy in my life. I can't be happy, can't be smiling, can't be laughing, because death is awaiting for me. So all our actions should be concentrated and should have in themselves the thought of Al-Akhirah. Everything we do not do should be measured against the hereafter, Al-Akhirah. Our dying and our being brought to account before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The next thing which we base, which we build our Istiqamah on, is al-musharata, making commitment ourselves. So we have to commit ourselves. Unfortunately, many Muslims are not even ready to commit themselves to their goals. They are either too scared, they are not decisive, they are not determined. They nourish false hope in in their lives. And you know that sometimes your biggest enemy in your life is your hope. You hope Allah will forgive. You hope you will live a little bit longer. You will hope this and that, and you forget your reality. Your hope in that case is your biggest enemy. If you go on a journey, you're supposed to prepare yourself. You can't go on a journey without your food and your drink. You can't rely you will find it by the way. You have to prepare yourself according to your abilities. But you can't, leave it to Allah. But before that, you have to do some preparations. The one who doesn't do it looks really silly. So, commitment. The sooner the day of commitment comes, and we make a decision to commit ourselves, the better. Because really, when your akhirah will come, your death, nobody knows. We even, subhanallah, we don't know where we're going to die. Allah once He said, وَلَا تَدْرِ نَفْسٌ مَاذَا تَكْسِبُ غَدًا وَمَا تَدْرِ نَفْسٌ بِأَيِّ أَرْضٍ تَمُوتُ. We can live here, but nobody can guarantee that we will die here, let alone the time of our dying. We can try to live somewhere. Some people, they live for 80, 100 years somewhere and they die in a different place. So if we can't decide about the place of our dying, how can we know when we're going to die? So the sooner we make commitment, the better. Al-Musharata, making commitment, means nothing if it is not followed by al-mujahada, by effort. You will never find a verse in Qur'an which mentions saying and talking without acting and doing. That is Islam. Action, deeds. What you say, you have to fulfill in your practice, in your action. If you don't do it, it is just a vain talk, useless talk. So you will find some people, they are not ready to commit themselves. They are sort of weakest people. Some people, they make commitment, they make al-musharafah, but they are not ready to apply it, to implement what they promise to themselves. There is no mujahid, there is no effort. Only when you combine the two, then you can expect good fruits, good offsprings of this project. And Istiqamah is still waiting, still not complete, still a lot to be done. Next thing that must be present in our Istiqamah project would be al-muraqabah, which is continuous checking on oneself. We have to be honest with ourselves. It is like you got a task in your school to do, you commit yourself to do it, you put effort in it, and of course periodically you have to check yourself, your progress, where you're up to, what is your plan? Is it plan achieved, or you failed, or there's a little bit missing and you will achieve what you plan. So continuous checking and being honest with yourself. We are all human beings, incomplete, sinful, but if we strive for betterness, if we strive to make ourselves better, if we got pure intention in this way, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will help us. He will give us strength and all we need to succeed. But if we sincerely want it. The very next step would be al-muhasabah. Which is continuation of al-muraqabah, self-control, self-checking. Al-muhasabah means got two steps. This kind of checking got two steps. We have to do checking before we started something and after we've done it, to see exactly what we've done, to measure exactly our intention, our projected goal against our achieved goal. Again, we have to be very honest with ourselves. By the way, as long as we blame ourselves for not achieving what we plan to achieve, that is very good. That's the sign we are honest with ourselves. As long as we begin thinking, mashallah, how nice I am, how good I am, this is what shaitan likes most. He enjoys it. He loves you and me to think we are, alhamdulillah, very nice. There's nothing or very little left to achieve. No. Every single sin, as Hassan al-Basri says, when you see your sin, you see it as a mountain which is about to fall onto your shoulders or onto your head. And Munafiq, he sees his sin as a fly. He can scare it off any time he wants. It's very dangerous. That is not desired in case of mu'min. He has to be careful with his sins and he has to be honest with himself. With pure intention, inshallah, he will achieve what he's going to achieve. If we honestly blame ourselves for not achieving what we projected, what we had intention to do, and if we are really honest with ourselves, that will lead us to a new commitment. Because believer always lives within a commitment. He always commits himself to doing something. Every single day in which believer doesn't learn something new about Allah's religion, every day he didn't improve himself, he didn't progress for that day in Allah's sight, in Allah's eyes, that day is basically wasted for him. But there's always a chance to achieve and to make up. That's why we have to live always in a new commitment. We will achieve it if we are honest with ourselves and if we admit that we didn't do something we should have, but inshallah I'll do it tomorrow. This is very important. And this of course leads to tahseen. Tahseen, making oneself better. Better. Always could be better. Honest father, when you ask him about his son, he will say, could be better. He will never say, mashallah, he's 100%. If he thinks well about his son, if he is honest, and if he is wishing him well, he will always say in front of him, and to make him aware, no matter how good he thinks he is, he will say, could be better. That's how a believer should be with himself. Always trying to make himself better. And finally, being humble towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Being humble to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All the judgment is in His hands. We can have pure intention, we can rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we can do the best of our ability, we can be honest with ourselves, and try to do best. The rest is upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We always need to ask Him to حبب إلينا الإيمان والإسلام وزينه في قلوبنا, to make us love Islam. Islam and Iman are lovable, but the point is we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us strong against shaitan and give us love towards Islam, and to make it nice in our hearts. Islam and Iman are nice, but our hearts are to recognize it, because you know hearts are, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is muqallidul qulub, and hearts are in His hands. We cannot guarantee to ourselves, today we are alhamdulillah Muslims and mu'minun, tomorrow Allah knows. We can't guarantee that for ourselves. Well, we can ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us firm, to make us strong against shaitan, and to make our hearts strongly believe in the beauty of Islam and Iman. And we will come back for a couple of minutes to the previously mentioned couple of verses where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ ثُمَّ اسْتَقَامُوا. Those, verily those who say, our Lord is Allah, then they are steadfast, they persevere, they are consistent. See, Allah didn't say, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ قَالُوا رَبُّنَا اللَّهُ only. Those who say our Lord is Allah. You remember the story when the companion came to Allah's Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam and asked, what should I do? What is basically Islam? قُلْ آمَنْتُ بِاللَّهِ وَاسْتَقِمْ. Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said, say, I believe in Allah, and then steadfast. Then be strong. Then don't give up. Then keep on. Then persevere. Hold on. Because saying Amantu Billah will not be enough. Only saying that is followed by action, by acting, by doing, is accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ثم استقاموا تتنزل عليهم الملائكة. The angels will come down onto them. ألا تخافوا ولا تحزنوا. Don't be afraid, don't be sad. According to the majority of scholars, this is, you know what time is this? At the time of dying, at the time of death, when support of angels will be most needed. The time of dying, Prophet ﷺ said, whose words, last was alayhi, he will enter paradise. It is easy from this distance, but who knows, may Allah protect us, who knows what is awaiting for us? Who knows how difficult and terrible our time of dying will be? So the support of angels will be the most needed thing. And how beautiful, how nice will be the situation of those upon whom angels will come down to give them comfort, to support and say, don't be sad, don't be afraid, and be happy with the paradise that being promised to you. وَأَبْشِرُوا بِالْجَنَّةِ الَّتِي كُنْتُمْ تُوعَدُونَ. This is the result of those who applied what? Istiqamah. Not only they were saying our Lord is Allah without istiqamah. Saying with acting, inshallah, will lead to this beautiful situation. Beautiful dying. When support of angels will be most needed. Again, now in many people's side it looks very easy when someone is dying to say La ilaha illallah and he will enter paradise. But how many times you've been surprised? Some people, they can't say La ilaha illallah. All day he spent as a Muslim. He was praying, he was fasting, everything else. No, he couldn't say subhanAllah. What he was doing behind the curtain, when people's eyes couldn't see him, Allah knows. Allah knows. As for us, who can't see the whole picture, it is surprise. For Allah, it's not surprise. But for us, it is. But the guarantee for good end is applying istiqamah based on these things we mentioned. And of course, the second verse, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to His Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, فَاسْتَقِمْ كَمَا أُمِرْتَ. And steadfast, persevere, keep on as you are ordered. How to do it, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has described to you. As Muslims, we got it in Qur'an, we got it in life of our beloved Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We got definition of istiqamah, we got istiqamah applied in people's lives. We only have to follow it. That is istiqamah. There is no delusion about it, there is no confusion how to do it. Generation of Allah's messengers, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, radhiyAllahu anhu, they applied it. They had Prophet among themselves, he explained it to them, they applied it, and they succeeded. It's not impossible mission, it's not impossible project. It is applied and got its results. So we do not have excuse. It is something too hard, too difficult, too different to modern times. No. People are the same 1400 years ago and today. The same recipe still stands. So if they succeeded such a long time ago, we can succeed today too. Because we got the same issues. The only difference might be in their determination and our determination. We have to make al-musharadah. We have to do al-mujahadah, and with Allah's permission, we will succeed. And before and after, we have to be honest with ourselves and critical. This is what I was going to achieve. I haven't achieved it. With Allah's permission, I'll do it today. If I can't do it today, I'll do it tomorrow. If I can't do it tomorrow, I'll do it day after, but I will not give up. I will not give up. Because Shaitan is awaiting every single opportunity to attack, to find the gap, and to make me weak. Allahumma inna nas'aluka min al-khayri kullihi ajilihi wa ajilihi ma 'alimna minhu wa ma lam na'lam wa na'udhu bika min sharri kullihi ajilihi wa ajilihi ma 'alimna minhu wa ma lam na'lam. Allahumma inna nas'aluka min khayrin sa'alaka 'abduka wa nabiyyuka wa na'udhu bika min sharrin 'adha minhu 'abduka wa nabiyyuka. اللهم إنا نسألك الجنة وما قرب إليها من قول وعمل ونعوذ بك من الشر ونعوذ بك من نار جهنم وما قرب إليها من قول وعمل ونسألك أن تجعل كل قضاء قضيته لنا خيرا يا رب العالمين. صلى الله على نبينا محمد وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Thank you very much, and inshallah I hope to see you very soon again, inshallah.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله